It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to Unitas. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias. Yeah, it's the best of bias.
You are now listening to the Best of Bias Podcast with Lydell Dinero and Hugo Twilight.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Lydell Dinero coming at you live with another episode. Let me get right real quick. Yeah. It's AK. Actually, AK is not here. I'm just so used to saying that. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. We got Dsean in the building. We got Johnny Mac in the building. We talk about some stuff today. No pop culture, none of that right now. But we are talking some sports and we are talking some gaming today. It is gonna get really, really interesting today. First off, just a quick little rapid fire with the the sports, because we gonna get you guys caught up on the stuff that's already in progress. NBA playoffs is in full swing. But before we get into all that, we're gonna talk plenty about it. But hey, Dsean, how you feeling today?
I'm good. My Warriors made it into the finals again.
Oh,
feeling good. It was a little bit of a struggle, but
yeah, you got there though. You got there.
So I'm feeling good.
All right. How about you, Johnny Mac? How you feeling today?
I'm good. I'm solid, man. Chilling.
Okay, that's good to hear. Really good to hear. Can I interest you guys in some sports talk real quick before we get into the gaming?
Let's do it.
All right. Where do you guys want to start? NBA, NFL?
I say we start with the NBA because
NBA?
I'm not too happy with either of my teams right now, so I don't really care. Either one.
I feel it. We'll start in the NBA though, because that's the most prevalent right now. We just got our finales for the Eastern and the Western conferences, so we know who's going to be in the Western Conference Finals. We're not going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals. On the Eastern side, we got the Boston Celtics taking on the Miami Heat. Miami Heat were the 1 seed, so they have home court for the Eastern Conference Finals. How do you guys feel about that? That side over there. The East was there was a lot of talent in the East this year. It didn't really end up how we thought it was because Milwaukee had a great team. Philadelphia had a good team. We thought those, and Brooklyn had a great team. We thought they would end up on the top of the standings in the Eastern Conference. But how do you guys feel about who's playing in the Eastern Conference Finals?
I mean, fuck the Celtics, first of all. Let's start by saying that. But I mean, that's who I predicted to go to the East, so I'm not surprised about that, to the finals in the East. But I didn't expect Miami to get back there.
Yeah.
But them boys ball over there. They just like to play basketball, so I'm looking forward to seeing that matchup right there.
Yeah, Giannis was going crazy that whole series. I definitely thought that they were going to make it, but I mean, it was a good series altogether. I think the Eastern Conference has been a little bit funner to watch than the Western this year.
Yeah, the East is on the rise right now.
There's been a lot of injuries, you know what I mean, especially to a lot of the Western Conference teams. So this year, it was time for the Eastern Conference to shine. We thought there was going to be an Eastern Conference champion before the Warriors kind of turned it on and everybody got healthy over there. We thought it was going to be like, Suns are just going to walk through the West. They had the best record all season. And we thought they're just going to kind of walk through the West and just get to the championship, kind of like easy. But nope, didn't happen that way. We'll get to that in a second. But the Eastern Conference was pretty tough. But I'm just kind of happy. I'm going to sound like a hater right now, but I'm happy that the Sixers didn't win that series because everybody's always talking that shit about Jokic and Embiid and putting up the comparison there.
Yeah, I mean, I better not ever hear nobody fix their lips to compare Harden and Embiid to Shaq and Kobe ever.
Yeah, that is wild.
Come on, stop playing with me.
Yeah.
Harden had 0 points in the second half of that last game, right?
And only took 2 shots.
Yeah, my man disappeared.
Yeah, people are saying that he kind of was, well, at least Stephen A is saying this, he was trying to sabotage the game because he wants Mike D'Antoni to be the coach. So he was sabotaging what's his name? Who the fuck is the coach? Doc Rivers.
Doc Rivers.
Yeah, so Mike D'Antoni can come in and be the coach.
If that's true, he do a lot of shit just to get what he wants.
Exactly, and I wouldn't doubt it. Shit, he don't care. It seems like he don't care what people say. It doesn't really affect him too much. So That's very interesting to me. And again, the whole Joel Embiid thing. If you're gonna call somebody better than Jokic, availability matters. This fool gets hurt every 2 plays. I don't understand. It's one thing. If it's not one thing, it's another. If it's not being hurt, he's sick. If he's not sick, he's talking shit about another teammate.
Just don't feel like playing today.
Exactly.
Like,
It's like, what is happening here? So how far are we gonna move the goalposts just say Jokic deserved these MVPs? If you guys like Embiid better, I get it. I don't know what you guys have against, not you guys, I'm just talking about the media, have against Jokic, but come on now. It's evident. He's there every game. He produces more. He assists more, so he produces points for the whole team more. So it's like
doing it without his other two best players on the team. You know what I'm saying?
They have Maxey, Harden, and Tobias Harris to be able to give them something. We didn't have none of that, and he still performed better all season and performed better in the playoffs by himself. I mean, at least that's what I thought. At least, I mean, without Jokic, we wouldn't have won a game in the playoffs, let alone be the 6th seed in the West. So
without Jokic, I wouldn't have made playoffs. Okay.
Exactly, at all. So I don't even know where the comparison is. If we're talking most valuable, if we're talking statistics, it's all in Jokic's favor. Yet they still want to kind of like, sweep it under the rug and have some reason to give it to Embiid. And they try to be like, oh yeah, see how bad Philadelphia was without Embiid. He comes back, they win 2 games, but then 2 games after that, they get their ass whooped. So what is it? What is it now? Then they're gonna move the goalposts and say it's Harden, not Embiid. But if it was Jokic in that situation, you would expect him to do everything and win the games by himself and would have no caveats or no excuses for anybody around him. He has Maxey and Tobias Harris. Again, Maxey and Tobias Harris. Who is the next best player that we can go to for some points on the Nuggets that can even mildly put up 20 points? Nobody. So yeah, shut that shit up over there in Philadelphia. I know everything. I know no hate. It's just these talks from these media members just chaps my ass, it chaps my ass. But anyways, it's Boston versus Miami Heat. Playoff Jimmy is back, showing his ass, and that's who took out the Philadelphia 76ers, pretty much averaged like high 20s the whole series.
Boy, Jimmy just be over there doing his thing, not worrying about shit. Right, balling.
After the game, it was like, you chose Tobias Harris over me when he was walking to the locker room talking shit because Philadelphia 76ers didn't let him walk, and kept Tobias Harris and gave him like max player money, but he's not really showing up like a max player. So, but my East team that I was running with was going to for sure be the Celtics, just because they got one of my our point guard from the Oregon Ducks, Peyton Pritchard. 4 years at Oregon. I was holding it down for us for a whole bunch of years. Now he's contributing on the Boston Celtics, and they're making a run. And I fucking for sure like Jaylen Brown, another Pac-12 player, went to Cal. So I am supporting the Celtics in this run, though they are, one of the teams that be winning all the championships historically. And I know they're a rival of yours.
I can't do it. I can't do it as much as I like Jason Tatum. I can't do it.
Yeah, Jason Tatum's raw too. They got a bunch of good players over there. And also Sean, he's supposed to be on this podcast. He's a big Celtics fan. So I was going to, see how he felt about, him being in the Eastern Conference Finals, and his brother Kyle, my boy, is also a Dallas fan. So they're both in the finals on both sides. So that's it's a pretty cool look. So this series is going to be interesting, and I'm interested to see what happens with the Milwaukee Bucks because Chris Middleton did get hurt. I don't know if everybody's going to be like, oh yeah, Giannis didn't have enough help, and it was Chris Middleton being out the reason why they lost and all that shit. So I think they're going to give Giannis an out, but I wasn't expecting them to lose. How'd you guys feel about the Bucks getting eliminated?
I wasn't surprised just because I know that the defensive team that the Boston is, so I figured they were just going to try to let Giannis get his and then just lock everybody else up. So I expected it to go 7, but I expected Boston to win still at the end of the day.
All right. What about you, Dsean?
I definitely thought the Bucks were going to take it. Like, Giannis has been going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I haven't really been paying attention to Eastern Conference shit. I mean, there's 82 games.
Yeah.
If I ain't paying attention to the Warriors, I ain't paying attention to nothing else.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be back next year. He's all good.
Absolutely. Yeah, people are kind of
shifting he'll be back for sure.
Yeah, people are shifting that best player in the world. They're looking for that, that title to be shifted to somebody. They tried to give it to KD, but KD came up short, and everybody tried to switch it over to Embiid, but Embiid came up short. Now, I mean, of course, they went after they tried to give it to Giannis, but Giannis, I don't know, man. He's good, he's dominant force, but I feel like if he was doing this as a center, it'll be one thing, but he's a small forward. And to give him the title, best player in the world, he lacks a lot of basketball skill. I wouldn't say a whole bunch, but
I'm
a
saying,
whole bunch of crucial basketball skills.
Once you create that wall on that nigga, bro.
Yeah, his shots looking crazy.
Until he gets a consistent jumper, bro.
He can't shoot free throws.
He's not gonna be. He's still gonna be great, but he's not gonna be the best in the world.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that title's his yet. I think there's some people that might be more deserving. We're going to see, though, this next coming season, we're definitely going to see LeBron's going to for sure give up that title. KD is on, he's getting older, too. A lot of these older players, I mean, the Tatums of the world, we're going to wait and see with these other, younger players because, our superstars are really getting old now. Some people take exception to that. Go ahead.
It's a wild thing to see, honestly.
Yeah,
like
for real.
The Steph Curry's and shit getting old.
Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, they're gonna be out of the league soon, and we're looking for that next player to give the torch to. And we don't know exactly who it is, and there's a lot of talent. Luka's doing what he's doing. You got a whole bunch of people. I'm gonna be biased and say Nikola Jokic. If he does this shit 3 seasons in a row, what he's been doing the last 2 seasons, I don't know if we can even argue of anything anymore. He might not look like the best player in the world, his whole package. But the shit that he does as a 7-footer, he can do anything pretty much. So it's going to look different now. I think the next best player in the world is going to come in a different package than we're used to seeing. We don't know, what's going to happen next. But this series should be interesting. Let's shift it over to the West. I know you're excited. We talked a little bit about your Warriors before, but the Warriors took out the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm not even going to talk shit and say they had an easy path because the teams they played have been injured thus far. My Nuggets in the first round, of course, injured. I can talk days about that. But Ja Morant getting injured, I don't think it would have mattered at all anyways. I think you guys should have been blowing him out in the first place. So Ja Morant being hurt is kind of just an excuse for Memphis not to have one. But I feel like the team plays better with Ja Morant out, believe it or not. Yeah, I feel like they rely a lot more on him when he is playing.
Yeah, if everything is like running through him, it kind of the game lives and dies with him.
Yeah.
But when they were playing without him, like they're getting points from everywhere.
Yep.
What's his Bane? Was going crazy, and
Bane is a dog.
In Game 6.
Yep.
Had me sweating for a minute, but
even in that Minnesota series, Bane was going off.
Oh yeah, see, I watch a lot of those players closely. Being the Nuggets fan, and we play these teams a lot. Yeah. Fucking players from the Minnesota Timberwolves, they have a lot of talent over there, and for them to overcome that just kind of proves something because the Grizzlies have talent, but it's like not super top tier developed talent yet. So they have Ja Morant, and then their next best player is just kind of still figuring it out. Like J3 is still figuring it out. Brandon Clark is kind of like a low-key version of him. So it's kind of like a redundant kind of player in the lineup. So they have a bunch of good players. And also Dylan Brooks, another Oregon guy that I'm happy to have been in the playoffs and showing his ass a little bit. He kind of got a bad label with that foul on Gary Payton III, but you can see the impact that he can make when he's playing because the game he came back when he was in Golden State, he was knocking down hella shots. He had like 20 points, was scoring with Klay. But essentially he was kicked out of the game for 2 games. The game he got kicked out was
30
like
when they got eliminated.
Yeah,
game
yeah. He in the first game he got kicked out for the flagrant 2. It was like in the first quarter, and then he was out
like
for
the first 3 minutes of the game.
Yeah, and he was out for the whole second game. So that's 2 games that their best defender and everybody, but not to take anything away from Golden State. Like I said, I knew they're going to win anyways, because personally at full strength, I feel like the Nuggets are better than Memphis, and what they were doing to us, I was like, I don't think at top tier Memphis can beat what the Warriors are doing right now, especially with the third splash brother, Jordan Poole stepping there doing what he's doing. Draymond, I saw what he was doing to Jokic. Not even that he was like super shutting him down or anything, but just the irritant he can be on, traditional bigs, not even being hella tall. He can just be that down low defender that can irritate, your best player no matter what. And I saw how he was doing that, and just the contributions that he can get they can get at any minute from Porter, Wiggins. You got a bunch of young dudes off the bench. Yeah, exactly. That are solid bench players that could be like starters on other teams. So what they got right now and getting healthy at the right time, Klay coming back and doing what he's doing is kind of nuts. It's kind of like, fuck, are they going to win the championship again? And I thought the only people that could really, I thought the only people that could take them out was going to on the Western Conference side at all was going to be the Suns, but the Suns got eliminated. So they're going to be having to play Dallas and see if Luka can will them past the Warriors, but I don't know if that's going to be enough, honestly. What y'all think?
I don't know. I was hoping that they'd get the Mavericks in the finals or the
I know
conference
you
finals,
guys were, yeah,
because the Suns were looking crazy all season. I don't know what just happened in that game 7. They just completely imploded. I think Chris Paul and what's his name, Brooks, had like a
Booker.
combined 0. Yeah, Booker.
yeah.
No field goals in the first half.
11. Yeah, crazy. They were up by 40 for the entire second half. So I don't
See,
know.
that's another team, man. That is also a team that I watch really closely, especially because they swept us last year. It's like it's a team that got good too fast. All those players aren't ready for that. The Cam Johnsons of the world, the Mikal Bridges of the world. Crowder is good, but all he does is spot up, shoot, and fall down. He was a good defender in the past, but I feel like that's all a facade if it's not playing somebody that most of their players are injured. If you got superstars on your team where somebody that can go get a bucket, they have nobody, a true shutdown defender on the team that could stop you. And I felt like their overall team defense could possibly slow down the Warriors, but I don't know what the Mavericks are going to do. I haven't watched a whole bunch of Mavericks basketball, but I don't know if they have super lockdown defenders. Like I know they got size, and they were using that size a lot against the Suns and shooting really well. Reggie Bullock. They didn't have Tim Hardaway Jr. I thought that was him on this. I guess he changed his number because he was 10 last year. But I don't know what number he is this year because Finney Smith is 10 this year. But Finney Smith is playing well. They got them big guys that can shoot, Maxi Kleba, and those kind of guys that are just kind of spot up shooters. And I guess that's what you're going to need against the Warriors because they don't have that much. Yeah, they don't have that much size.
That's going to be what determines if they're going to be able to take these Warriors out. If them bigs hit their shots and protect that room.
Okay.
Yeah,
because the bigs can give them problems.
Steven Adams.
Yeah,
he's the one that was giving them issues in that game 6, and then when he went down, that's when the Warriors got that run going, and then they just took off.
Yep.
So
and that was big too because he didn't even come back until what game, like 5 or 6.
Yeah, but I think the real issues the Warriors have are like size, and then when they're missing from 3, like they can't get back into it.
Yeah. If they have the bad shooting day, it's kind of bad for them. And that's what happens. You get one of those games like they had in what was that game 5 where they got blown out by a million points. They're down by like 55.
They were just throwing them up. Everything is missing.
Yeah, it's wild, but I don't know. Something about that home crowd over there at Chase Center just gets everybody going. It's going to be interesting to see how Luka handles that in the Western Conference Finals. It's going to be interesting. At least we still got some star power there on the Western Conference side. Eastern Conference should be interesting too. Like I said, I'm still rooting for the Celtics overall. Me personally, I'm from the Bay Area. I should be rooting for the Warriors, but shit, man, I want my team to get one. Fuck, and they've won a whole bunch in the last coming years. So me personally, if my team's not in it, I kind of just try to vote for the team that hasn't really won as many. I definitely didn't want the Suns to win.
Just be happy for the homeboys.
Yeah, I'm just going. hey, I'm not tripping, man. I won a couple. My team's won a couple championships in the past couple of years. Braves just won the championship. The Buccaneers won the last couple of years. So I guess I can have somebody else's team win a couple of
Miami Heat versus the Mavericks.
Oh, no way.
I don't think so.
That's definitely not gonna.
So that way, neither one of these motherfuckers get it.
We'll see though, actually, because
I think Celtics is gone.
Yeah, but you never know because the Miami Heat pulling rabbits out the hat sometimes. We never know what's gonna happen over there. But we should see some good shit, man. The Western and Eastern Conference Finals are here. Sorry we didn't update y'all sooner on the little rounds before, but what better than the conference finals? Catching up right now and seeing how we felt about this. Let's get our picks in real quick, just officially. So you think it's gonna be Miami, or you want it to be Miami versus Dallas?
I mean, yeah, that's what I would want, but that's not what I think is going to happen.
What do you think is going to happen?
I think it's going to be Boston versus Dallas. I still think Warriors is going to lose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Celtics, I think, still going.
What about you, Dsean? What you got?
I'm taking my Warriors, and I like the Heat.
Okay. Okay, and I got Celtics Warriors, and I think the Celtics got enough D to slow down in the
I think that would
size.
be the best finals matchup, though.
Yeah, and I think the size of the Celtics will be able to slow down the Warriors, and if they can make shots, because I was watching today's game against the Bucks, it's like fuck, nobody wanted to take a jump shot. Everybody was just driving to the hoop, throwing up crazy ass shit, and there's a lot of fouls being called with people trying to stand in the lane and draw charges. But you got to have jump shots to beat the Warriors, and hopefully the Celtics can make enough jump shots to actually win the game. So we'll probably get some more predictions in as the finals get closer. But yeah, that's
If it
cool.
is Celtics and Warriors, though, I'm riding with the Warriors all day.
No,
The
yeah.
Celtics.
Yeah.
My mama.
I feel that. Real quick, let's transition in sports into the NFL, man. The draft just happened. We haven't really touched base since then. I want to just end the schedule drop. So firstly, let's talk about maybe who you guys saw that the 49ers drafted. And are you excited about that? And schedule-wise, what are you guys excited to see and play? Or who are you excited to play?
Still
Oh, you're a Niner fan too?
Who? Oh, Dsean? Yeah.
Of course. They still ain't made no moves at
Smart man.
at the corner though, right? That's what I was hoping they would do.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for, but no, we didn't. No corner. Well, I mean, I think we might have drafted one, but it wasn't nobody that I really heard
I wasn't
about.
paying attention to nothing but that whole Debo Samuel shit that was going on.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah. Debo Samuel's situation is pretty interesting. Me personally, I have no insight, honestly. I just see what's on surface level, the whole taking away, unfollowing the team on social media, doing the whole Kyler Murray thing.
He followed him back, though.
Yeah. He eventually followed him back. I don't know if that's the new tactic of the players to try to get their point across. If I unfollow you on social media, that means I'm mad or some shit like that.
I mean, you really said the time to go there and take all them pictures of your 49er pictures.
If you wanted to start over on your Instagram, just say so. You ain't got to do all that. Be hella dramatic about it.
Yeah.
God damn it. And especially Odell doing all that weird ass shit during the draft, kind of like trying to say he's dropping and spilling tea on where Debo is going. It was interesting.
Go to
draft.
rehab, motherfucker.
It's been a really good, interesting, not really good, but interesting draft for the 49ers, I will say. I was watching the draft closely. I watched the first 3 rounds actually. And 49ers took they didn't have a first round pick because of the Trey Lance trade. The first pick you guys took, was he a running back or linebacker? Oh, it was for what linebacker did you guys take? Was it a smaller school linebacker?
Shit. What was he?
I feel like it was a smaller school linebacker.
It was a smaller school linebacker, I believe.
Like a Wyoming or some weird shit like that, but he was hella raw at the lower divisions. I know you guys grabbed a running back. But I know you guys are probably talking about the corner wise too. That's something I do feel like you guys need over there. A quarterback.
Oh no, we took a D lineman in second round. USC, Drake Jackson.
Oh yeah. Of course. Drake Jackson. Yeah. He was hella raw when I used to download the rosters in Madden and draft him kind of early second round. But USC, I don't know if he held out last year. He might have played this year, but he's kind of unproven, kind of skinnier outside linebacker. He plays that Joey Bosa kind of. Who's the other side for you guys?
Nick Bosa?
Yeah, Nick Bosa, and I forgot who's on the other side. Is Eric Armstead up standing up right now for you guys, or is he DC?
Nah, we moved him to the middle last season.
Okay.
It was not D Ford.
We don't have D Ford no more.
Nah, he's gone now.
Well, shit, Drake Jackson then, huh?
Yeah, literally, no, for real. Actually, you know what? Yeah, because it was
But yeah,
we lost Arden Key as well. And we lost what's his name? Oh, DJ Jones. Is he still there?
Yeah.
No, he's still with us.
I think he's gone. I think he's on.
I know we lost another one to like Miami or something. No, we lost another.
Yeah, didn't we just lose another one recently too?
Yeah. So you guys are
they
still
over there building the
Miami
49ers.
Oh yeah, Miami is doing some crazy shit. But yeah, I don't think they're ready yet to surpass the Bills. The Bills drafted like a running back, a corner, one of the best corners, quarter on the floor, to Kyler Elam. Pretty raw. So people are suspecting the Bills to make the Super Bowl. So I don't think anything's really going to move on that front. But you guys are still waiting. I'm still waiting to hear about the quarterback competition. Jimmy's still on the roster. So, I mean, if he's healing up and still on the squad by training camp.
Because he's still
rehabbing
too. So we're not going to know nothing.
Jimmy is starting again next year. I don't know what the fuck to do about this team.
Because I mean, they're not gonna trade him until somebody can see him throw, pretty much.
And there's still value in waiting because I feel like the teams do still need quarterback. I heard that the Seahawks are still looking for veteran help. Panthers are still looking for veteran help at quarterback. So there's still people that may be interested after we see him, but I think it's Trey Lance time ultimately. A lot of quarterbacks, they got a lot of young quarterbacks that are, probably going to start this year. And what better time than now to get his foot out there, whether good or bad.
He'll be going into camp with Trey Lance's job to lose.
Yeah. So I feel like that's a good step right there. That's pretty much a draft pick for you guys because he didn't play much last year. So developing him and what's going to happen with him is going to be cool. It's going to be cool. I want to see him, Debo, Ayuk together. What's your
maybe
Kittle?
Julio.
Yeah, maybe Julio. If you guys, I do want to see Julio do well, though. Don't get me wrong. Whatever team he goes to, I do want to see him at least go out on a good note because AJ, what's his fucking AJ Green is still doing it. AJ Green is still out there playing. We got a couple of veteran receivers still out there playing, and Julio Jones was everybody's favorite receiver at one point. Yeah. And the drop off has been crazy. And if it has been his hamstrings that were hampering him for the last couple of years,
that boy hamstrings is something crazy, boy.
Yeah, hopefully he's getting that shit right now because especially if teams are going to be signing him, probably not to play hella downs and just do what he did last year at the Titans. Just be a number 2, number 3, number 4. He's a utility receiver out there because teams are just loading up a receiver right now. Seeing what the Bucks, the Rams, and everybody else is doing. Everybody just signing receivers, getting as many weapons as you can because injuries do happen and shit like that. I can move into our draft because we did some crazy stuff. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Firstly, we got Tom Brady unretiring. And then we made a whole bunch of re-signings.
Nothing to do with the draft.
Well, it kind of does. Nothing to do with the draft. It kind of does because a lot of the moves we made were based on having that security as not having to get another quarterback because we didn't know what we were going to do at first. But having him come back
I'll let that one go.
Yeah, and doing his roster, he did a contract reconstruction. They gave us a lot more money to spend. So I'm not too sure exactly what we're going to do to fill the, sign people. We signed Logan Ryan, Keanu Neal, some people in our defensive backfield. So we didn't go into the draft drafting any DBs right away. We drafted some needs that we needed. It's funny. Ndamukong Suh didn't re-sign, so we had to draft a D lineman to replace him. And we did draft a stud lineman out of Houston in the second round. We traded out of the first and picked up another second round pick and drafted Logan Hall out of Houston. 6'6" D tackle out of Houston. Big boy. People are comparing him to Eric Armstead and DeForest Buckner. Really big guy. Really big guy right there in the middle. And we still got a couple of guys. JTS, Joe Tryon-Shoyinka that we drafted last year from Washington. They didn't really get to play that much because of JPP. We didn't sign JPP back, so he's going to be starting. We still got, we got a couple pieces in the backfield. This guy named Rashad White out of Arizona State, raw. He's another Le'Veon Bell. Check his highlights out. He be fitted, got all the sleeves and all the leg gear and like that. He be jumping over people like Najee Harris, be shaking people. He's hella hesitant in the hole like Le'Veon Bell was when he played for Pittsburgh. He just sits for 1 second, hits the hole and gets up out of there. What else did we draft? We drafted a kicker, actually, a punter. I don't know why. It's like 4 or 5 punters got drafted this year in the draft, which was kind of nuts. First year for that in a while. What else did we take? We took another corner because we had a bunch of injuries at corner last year. If you guys followed the Bucks at all, we were down to practice squad starting corners at one point because everybody was getting hurt.
You guys picked up Richard Sherman, right?
Yeah, I picked up Richard Sherman, and he played one
game. Did he even play, really?
No. Our secondary was so hurt. all season last season. That's the reason why we fucking lost to the Rams. We had no DBs, no healthy DBs. Yeah, every game we would get torched towards the end of the season, and no team would run against us. They would just throw the ball every play because they knew they wouldn't be able to run the ball, but they can throw the ball. They wouldn't even throw the ball downfield. They throw like 5-yard like screens, and they'll just get like 10 yards up the field because the corners couldn't guard anybody. We're still waiting for Gronkowski to sign back, so we signed Washington tight end. His name was Cade Otton. He was pretty raw out there at Washington. Would have been one of the top tight ends to come out, but he got injured. One of his last years at Washington, had ankle surgery, but he's supposed to be kind of good. Supposed to be pretty raw. Who else do we draft out there? We got a bunch of draft picks, so we did trade back, like I said. So we're able to pick up a bunch of people. Oh yeah, we got another lineman in the second round. Our All-Pro lineman, Ali Marpet, our left guard, retired this year at 28 after winning the Super Bowl a couple years ago. So we had to replace him. We traded for Shaq Mason from the Patriots. We instantly filled that hole, but we drafted another guard. He played tackle at Central Michigan. His name is, I forgot his first name, but last name is Gadecki. He used to play tight end out there at Central Michigan, got turned into a big boy, turned into a fat boy, and got moved out there to tackle. We're going to use him as guard. So he's supposed to be a big nasty, kind of like our center Ryan Jensen, like to fight everybody after every play, and to plug somebody in right there next to him, another guard that likes to fight everybody after every play. We have a nasty ass line. You put him next to Tristan Wirfs, who won a Super Bowl his rookie year and made All-Pro his rookie year. We have a line that's going to be nasty for Tom Brady to stand in there. Damn. And hopefully once Chris Godwin gets back, we got Russell Gage, who was the Falcons' #1 receiver, while Julio and Calvin Ridley were out last year. He was putting up numbers. He was their #1 receiver, and we got him. We signed him for free agency. So yeah,
y'all got Russell Gage?
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, so we got that happened a long time ago, actually. He was one of the first people we signed to free agency.
I didn't know that.
Damn. Yeah. So we got him. Our 3 receivers are Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, and Russell Gage. That's what ridiculous. I'm saying. If we get Julio,
with Tom Brady that protected too.
To come back with Gronk, and we got Rashard White, Leonard Fournette signed on for another 3 years. Giovanni Bernard signed back. So hopefully our offensive line could be good enough just standing there and throw to all those weapons. We still got Scotty Miller and a bunch of guys that we had drafted a long time ago. But hopefully we add one more. Hopefully we're trying to add James Bradbury. The Giants just cut him, one of their starting corners.
He's a free agent?
Yep. So if he gets
Niners,
signed,
what the fuck are y'all doing? What the fuck?
This is what I've been saying for the last like 3 years. We can't get no corners.
Yeah,
no.
That's a starting caliber corner right there too.
Yes, I know exactly what James Bradbury is. I didn't know that nigga was a free agent. What the fuck?
Yeah,
they act like that fucking position does not exist.
Mm-hmm. Like you guys just have some shit out there that nobody knows about.
Like, damn, if you could just rush the quarterback fast enough, they can't even pass it out.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. Bosa and boys can only do so fucking much. Shit.
Yeah. But we'll rest out of the division. Hopefully you guys can get the Rams at least once and still just win the division. You know what I'm saying? Not really have to worry about it too much. But who knows? But everybody thinks Russ is going to go to the Broncos and just have one of those Matt Stafford on the Rams or Tom Brady's first year on the Bucks type of years, but I don't think it's gonna happen that fast for him. Because Jerry Jeudy already got arrested for domestic violence, so there's already dissension over there on their side of town. So we don't know what's actually gonna happen. Yeah.
Who is he throwing to anyway?
They got some receivers over there. They got
they got receivers over there.
Cortland Sutton.
What's the name?
Jerry
Jeudy, and then
they got Hamilton, KJ Hamler.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, and they traded for some people too. They don't have Noah Fant anymore. They traded him, but their running back from last year that I had in fantasy, Javonte Williams, that fool is nasty. And I don't know did they sign Melvin Gordon back? I think he did stay over there. So Melvin Gordon's still there too. So
I'm just glad Wilson's out of our division.
Yeah,
tired of seeing that nigga 2 times a year.
Man, that division over there.
It didn't even matter at this point now because Seahawks is trash.
We still lost to them both times, didn't we? Yeah, I think the Rams are the only team that we beat in our division last year.
Seahawks are garbage.
Nah, we beat the Seahawks once. We split with them.
Did we?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Cardinals though are still pretty good. They got Hollywood Brown over there now, and they just drafted a receiver fast as hell. I forgot who it was.
Oh yeah, I was wondering about that, but then I found out. Then I saw D Hop got suspended, so like, oh, that trade makes sense.
Yeah, and fucking Jarvis Landry going to the Saints was interesting too, because they drafted Chris Olave. They're getting Mike Thompson back.
Mike Thomas. They
Yeah,
they're gonna have a receiving core over there, but whoever the quarterback is.
You know who that quarterback is. That's why it's like the receiving core is raw, but
oh yeah, you dealt with that man for a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah, that's my man's. I still believe him. I want him to do well, but it's like I cannot promise. I do not like the Saints first and foremost. I will not root for them under any circumstances.
Oh, yeah, you got them twice a year.
Fuck those
they
guys.
gonna fuck y'all up.
Not Jameis. I just hope Jameis starts. That's all I hope. I really hope they start. But we loading up on DBs, and I think with our defensive back, if all of our guys there, if we have a nice, because Todd Bowles is a defensive coach and that's our head coach now. So if he can have our our defense right, and we have a defensive team, and then Tom Brady just take care of the offense with Byron Leftwich, and they can just handle that side of the ball. It's a good formula. You know what I'm saying? We have one of the hardest schedules in the league though with that schedule release, but
yeah, the fourth toughest, I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to go to that 49ers Buccaneers game on December 11th, but
did you see how
I gotta go to that.
San Diego announced their schedule?
The anime? Yeah.
The fucking anime? That shit was dope.
That shit was raw. Yeah, that shit was clean. Everybody did some kind of like different shit to release their schedule. They had a fucking schedule release on TV. That was kind of weird. They made a whole block of shows for ESPN, NFL Network.
Oh, yeah, I saw this shit pop up on my Fire Stick. It said NFL schedule release, 8:00 p.m. Eastern time. I was like, oh, word. It's a whole event, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna get a commercial break here real soon, so we can get to some of this gaming real quick before we get up out of here. But 5 primetime games. So there's 13 teams in the league that are tied with 5 primetime games this year. And the 49ers are one of those teams. I know the Cowboys are. The Bucks are one of those teams. I know the Rams are one of those teams. So everybody, pretty much all their favorite teams got 5 primetime games. I know we got a game on New Year's, Christmas.
We got New Year's too. We got the Raiders on New Year's, boy.
Oh yeah, that game. Those
in Vegas.
Yeah, tickets are gonna be nuts.
The tickets in Vegas. Expensive.
Yeah. But yeah,
I go to that.
Yeah, it's just gonna be clean.
I got it. I'm gonna at least be in Vegas for that. At least if I'm not going to, I'm gonna be in Vegas.
I feel that. But we'll be right back. It's the Best of Bias podcast. We can talk some gaming, some competitive gaming, and what's going on in the gaming world with our 2 gamers in here. You know what I'm saying? I'm a gamer too, but not by title. But yeah, we'll be right back. It's the Best of Bias podcast. Your boy Lydell Dinero. We got Dsean, and we got Johnny Mac in the building. Yeah. But first and foremost, I want to let y'all see this merch here we got going for the Best of Bias podcast. I told you guys that I had something special on the way for y'all. Hats, bucket hats, all that kind of stuff. And as you can see, what I got on my head right now is the Best of Bias trucker. You see the logo on top. Nice little thing. I got trucker hats, beanies, bucket hats, dad hats, all with the logo on them. Let me show you. You know what? Let me show it. It's better to show.
Break it down now, I break it down now. That pussy wet, it make you drown now. If you go downtown, these goofy niggas, they some clowns now. Yeah, they some clowns now. But I'm a king, I wear a crown, and that should weigh 100 pounds. I break it down now, I break it down now. That pussy wet, it make you drown now. If you go downtown, these goofy niggas, they some clowns now. Yeah, they some clowns now. But I'm a king, I wear a crown, and that should weigh 100 pounds. Fuck it, my goal is to elevate, never hesitate. I don't share money, I educate, then sit back and wait.
Sure. What's up, everybody? And we back. It's the Best of Bias podcast. It's Patrick in the building, aka Lydell Dinero. And we got Johnny Mac in the building. And we got Dsean in the building. And we gonna talk some sports. But before we do, talk some gaming. But before we get into the gaming, I gotta throw these awards out there. I forgot to tell you guys and reflect with y'all on the NBA awards here. Defensive Player of the Year, Marcus Smart. Congratulations, sir. Coach of the Year, Monty Williams. Congratulations, sir. Even though I know it's pretty looking bad for you right now. You just got your ass up by like 50,000. Rookie of the Year, we had Scotty Barnes, which is kind of sad for him because he didn't really get to participate much in the playoffs because he got hurt. soon after he got the award. I don't know why they announced these awards, these regular season awards, so late in the playoffs, but yeah. Anyways, MVP, of course, Nikola Jokic, back to back, baby. Talked about that a little bit of last time in the last podcast. Go listen to that. I'll talk a little bit more about that. Most improved player, we had John Morant. I don't think he should have won that. I think it should have been Jordan Poole, but yeah. John Morant did take a big jump, but Jordan Poole's jump was crazy. John Morant should have been in that MVP running, and he was until he got hurt and was out for like 20 games. So most improved went to him. Sixth man of the year went to Tyler Hero. I didn't really watch much Miami basketball, but watching him now, shit, he's not only a shooter. That boy got moves, and he got a little, he got a little wiggle to him. He get to the rim and shit like that, and he's nice. So if you guys have something to say about those awards, drop it in the comments that we can debate down there, debate with some of the other listeners. But those were the awards given away this year, 2022 NBA season. But let's get into some gaming, fellas. Man, we all game here. I know a lot of the Best of Bias listeners game. We wanted a couple of different realms of gaming, if you will. There is the competitive gaming side. There is, there's the RP side, which both of you guys kind of dip your toes in. So I want you guys to, just talk to the listeners a little bit. We need to talk more about gaming on here because gaming is something that I do enjoy doing. You guys do a lot. I know listeners, again, you guys do that shit a lot. We try to get more anime, more gaming, because those are two of the populous and two of the topics that this podcast hold dear to our hearts. So let's get it started. Who wants to start and let them know a little bit about what y'all got going?
Oh, I'll go.
All right, let's go to Sean. Let's see what you got here.
That's kind of all I do. Mainly what I've been like really into lately is the competitive side of gaming, but like mainly the fighting game aspect. But I've even been getting into you guys heard of Valorant? So it's like you guys have heard of CS:GO at least, right? Like Counter-Strike. Like
yeah.
That's like the oldest fucking game on the internet at this point.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like that mixed with a little bit of like a hero-based game. So it's like a tactical shooter with like hero characters with a bunch of different abilities.
Oh,
they
shit.
all have play different roles and shit. But just recently they had, I believe, the first major for this year, and it's like it was in Reykjavik. Where the fuck is it?
Sounds like Russia.
No, I don't. I want to say Switzerland. I don't think it's Switzerland though. It might be Norway, but it's like a culmination of teams from all around the world, like North America. There was a couple of teams from Brazil. There's teams from like Asia, Europe, and they all compete in their own region. And then they take from that region the top 2-4 teams, and then put them all against each other, like on an international stage, and that shit gets wild. It's actually a lot of fun to watch, and I just think it's kind of crazy because playing games like when you're younger and shit, when video games were just coming out, everybody's like, that shit's a waste of time,
Yeah.
It's nothing. But now you see like these big ass companies, these organizations getting behind competitive video games, and it's becoming like a huge market. I think the payout for like the last year's Counter-Strike, like their big event was like, I want to say it was like something crazy, like 5 mil for the team.
Sheesh.
And the audience that they pull in is like they're packing stadiums and shit.
Oh god.
Like so on the fighting game side of that, like the biggest tournament, or at least it used to be like pre-pandemic and shit, before the pandemic kind of fucked up all the competitive fighting game scene.
Yeah.
Like there was a bunch of get-togethers. There's always like CEO and Florida is a big one. People come from like Europe, Asia, and shit to compete in like Street Fighter. Tekken's hella big in there. But one of the biggest ones is Evo in August, and it's held in Vegas every year. It's
shit.
a week-long event. They, I think, to compete is like $100, and then you can just be a spectator for like $100. But it's kind of crazy. I'm going for the first time this year.
Nice.
I'm really excited.
When is it?
It's the actual competition I think is the it starts the 7th.
Okay.
And it's the same price to play as just to watch. You might as well play.
Yeah, I mean, so you can register as a player, and you can get in that way. And for like the finals, because I mean it's only like top eights, like 8 people are gonna make it. So if you want to watch the finals, you pay your spectator.
Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha.
But
Okay.
people come together from like all over the fucking place. There's some really big names in like NorCal,
Mhm.
uh, specifically Jimmy J Tran. I don't think he's gonna be there, but he's like an international competitor. Hella, like I've been watching him hella close for like 3 years now. Uh, they used to hold a Tekken tournament. It was called NorCal Strong Style over here
Mhm.
at the in downtown San Jose actually. Uh, at that DoubleTree, you know.
Mhm. Yeah.
I went there, met him, met a couple other like big names. It's kind of crazy because it's a whole community of people
Right.
and they know each other from all over the fucking place.
That's tight. That's hella
Yeah.
tight. And it's all Tekken.
Uh, it's main or that one was all Tekken. Like they had
Right.
Tekken tag arcades, like the
Mhm.
old ass cabinets set up there,
Mhm.
and they were playing Tekken 7 on like the big screen. There's always hella side bets. Like you play,
That's tight.
they have setups like outside of the main one where you can just play casuals or you can play money matches and shit. Like if you feel like you that guy, you be like, hey, put $20 down
Right.
and run this first to 5 real quick.
Woo.
It's wild. It's fun.
Yeah.
And since
Mm.
all the COVID restrictions are starting to lift, like
Yeah.
they're starting to implement a lot of the bigger tournaments again. Like Sony is
Yeah.
like all these things were kind of grassroots. Like some dude was like, "Hey, let's put on a tournament," and now Sony is the one that's running Evo. Like
Mhm.
it's kind of controversial because like it's a big company coming into the fighting game community, which is kind of small, like
Yeah.
as far as video games go.
Mhm.
But so far, it looks like they're actually holding the integrity of like the small shit. So
That's good.
that'll be
That's
fun to
good.
watch.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. I definitely want to try to get involved in some shit like that. Maybe the Best of Bias podcast needs to get on the road and go do a podcast from there, interview some people, see what's going on.
Oh, that would be dope as fuck.
Holla at AKA and see what's going on for next year's event. Maybe you can plan something to get up out there because that does sound very interesting. Shoot, I haven't played any fighting games in a while. I need to download some and get better, and maybe I can shit. You know what I'm saying? I'd be hyper, like super hyper. What's the word when you get into something that you will just keep trying to get better until you're good at it?
Hyper focus.
Yeah, like yeah,
Yeah,
I'll get like that. But yeah, that's tight to see. Are you actually competing in this one, or are you just going to spectate?
yeah. I figured I'm gonna join anyway. Play
Okay,
some Tekken. I'll try to get
side bet
a
at
set
least
off of
something out there.
somebody,
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
for
it'll be
sure.
fun to
Yeah,
Get
just
it
go out
in.
there and
Get it
watch too.
in.
that'll be tight as fuck. Yeah, I want to try to like actually play something, man. I don't know if I'll be good at Tekken anymore because niggas that are good at Tekken now are just gonna be super overwhelmingly
This
good.
shit crazy.
Nah, that's the thing.
That
So
shit crazy.
there's the group from over here in California. They're actually in SoCal now. I think
Mhm.
after the pandemic shut down, like the in-person competitions, they started putting on these weeklies, like online tournaments.
Mhm.
And as long as you can connect to the internet, you can join. And there's like a lot of like completely unknown players that just play online. They wouldn't show up to like locals or in-person events, and now they're like actually making a name for themselves. So, I mean, if you got a couple of hours to put in, you might be able to
Shit.
make it.
What are those win streaks like? What's like the highest win streak you've seen on somebody at like a competition or some shit like that?
Like finals wins.
Or just like in like I feel like sometimes you walk up on an arcade, somebody's on the sticks, they
Mm-hmm.
have like a win streak. Is it like that like at any of the tournaments? Are people like there like have 30 win streaks, nobody can see the player, and then you're like the guy that walks up and actually beats the player? Is there shit like that going on?
Uh, I mean, there's some crazy ass like bracket runs. Like Sonic Fox is usually known for, like in his early days when he was playing Mortal Kombat X and like MK9, like he was dominant. Like he was winning every tournament. I think he won a total of like 7 million over
Damn.
competitions. I think that was back in like 2018. It was like 2016 to 2018. He won like a crazy ass amount of money off of these tournaments. Like he's that guy.
Man, I need to get my practice in, man. I'm trying to be great. You know what I'm saying? After I get perfect on these podcasts, I ain't gonna leave y'all, I promise. But these competitions sound great, man. Good luck to you out there. And shit, keep throwing these competitions out here to the people so they can try to potentially get out there and join if they good on the sticks and maybe they're really good at teching out there.
There's a website called smash.gg
Mm-hmm.
and you can go on there and type in like your area or what game you're playing and you can find tournaments like near you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're actually trying to get into it, smash.gg.
Okay.
Find them at.
All right. Good info. Thank you, sir, Dsean. How about you, Johnny Mac, the RP? You playing that GTA? How does that work? I know I'm kind of interested in it. I know I can't play even though I have it on my PS5. It's more of a PC kind of thing. Explain RP and how you enjoying it and what's kind of like the whole deal with it.
Yeah, so yeah, like you said, you can't play it on just like any console. You got to be on PC. So it's not like just the regular, like how you got to get on GTA on this console and it's just like you got the story mode and you just go through, you do the heist shit. Like it's really like improv. Like you create a character and you choose a path that you want your player to go down. Like you can choose like to be a gangster and be in the gang life. You could be a cop. You can be a fucking mechanic, car salesman. You can literally choose your own path of what your character does. And it's like when I'm watching the streams, like it's like watching a TV show. Like really, you can really make your own TV show. Like you everyday life, like you got real cars at the dealership. You got I be going fishing, making money fishing. I'm telling you, boy, I be going fishing. Like, but at the end of but I chose to be a gang member. But like I find other side hustles. Like if we ain't on no gang shit, you on your own. Your OG ain't in town. You can go. You feel me? You can go out, hit the fishing. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. Like it's really fun. Like
that's funny.
It's a whole ass mod for GTA 5, right?
Yeah.
Like it almost adds like a whole nother layer to the game.
It's sick, bro. Like
I
got on it and I haven't like even Pat. Like I was hooked on 2K and Warzone. Then how often do you see me play 2K and Warzone now since I really started playing the GTA now?
It seems like it's very immersive, very very immersive. What were you saying, Dsean?
Oh no, I was just saying. There was a couple of streamers that I follow on Twitch, and they got into that a while back. It's weird. It's hella crazy. Like there's actual cops that like they fucking role play as full ass cops.
Like, bro, they gotta read you your Miranda rights.
Yes.
All type shit. Like, but if they do not, when you get in that cell, you tell them, motherfucker, let me go.
Oh my god, that is so funny.
Like I saw
out of this bitch.
I saw one where this dude like I guess he bought a car, didn't park it in the right spot, and it got fucking towed. And I'm like,
pulling traffic
like this
stops.
shit is deep. It's deep.
All the shit. I got pulled over for a traffic stop and got caught with like 3,400 bags of coke on me. Like,
oh wow, 3,400.
But and then like you gotta do that. You gotta do the time. Like in RP time though, like 1 month is a minute. So like I got 25 months. So it was 25 minutes that I had to spend in prison.
So can you get attacked in prison? Can people come and fuck with you while you in jail?
If there are other people like in there while you're in there, yeah.
Oh.
Like, but then they have like guards and shit. But they have like little things you can do. You can get a little job in there. You can work on the cooking staff, all types of shit. Like,
get time off your sentence.
Time taken off. Yeah, it's funny as fuck.
That is so incredible. That is so incredible. I can see why you can get super into that shit because it's always something you can do, and it's always
goes by so fast.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I didn't really even know how deep it went until you started explaining it. Like, and when you showed me, because I downloaded the game on my PS5 and I was trying to get hella different clothes and hella different shit, like updated shit, like modern stuff that's out now, designer stuff that's out now. You can't get that shit unless you have a PC. You can download the mods and shit. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. We got the cookie shop, bro. I be going buy weed at the cookie shop.
And he smoked the weed.
And then like this, and then everything just start getting way like you really be high, and so it make it harder to drive and shit.
And so, how often? So, does people that it's kind of crazy to me. So, whoever made that world that you're playing in has the ability to put has the ability to put anything in it, like anything, pretty much. Like, so is there weed in the regular GTA game?
I don't think so.
Nah.
Oh wow, that's crazy. So the person that made the server is making the effect of when that player smokes the weed, him getting high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's crazy. So you can
like
pretty much do anything.
And like like you, and then like the gang. So like they try to, you have to find like the areas where you can like find the different products that you need to cook up the drugs and shit. So like you can grow weed, you can cook up, you can sell heroin, coke, crack, everything, but like
oh god,
that's
nuts.
I was watching this one dude who had like a job at the chicken place in the game.
Yeah, so you get jobs, you gotta so then like you can get inked money, then you gotta watch that shit.
Oh my god. And if somebody roll up on you and take your money and it's just bad.
It's bad.
Oh my god.
Especially if you're in a gang and then you wasn't supposed to get that money took.
Oh no. That's so wild. There's so much responsibility.
Yeah, it's funny as hell.
That is
I just got my house the other day too on there, and like our house on our gang block, we found a fucking grave in my backyard. So we think this is where we're gonna bring everybody if we gotta interrogate somebody. Okay, we gotta bleed them up out from our crew.
You got the pet cemetery in your backyard.
In my backyard. Yeah, shit crazy.
You gotta get on PC. It's a whole different game and world.
That's just wild.
Fuck, man. I guess that's the next step for me because that shit seems so interesting, and I cannot be left out of that because that shit.
Like I be watching the other streamers, and I be feeling like I'm just watching a never-ending movie. Like it should be funny. If you're watching somebody that's really good at RP, like this shit is funny as fuck.
That's dope. Yeah, I've just joined. Go ahead.
If you're watching like a good streamer, they got like a whole persona and everything, voice change up and shit. Like,
the voice changers for the bank heists and shit. So then, like I was just watching one before we got on here. Dude, he puts on a black elf costume and does bank heists. He has a black elf, or he do like a taco truck salesman. Then you need to get a hostage, and you bring him in. And you need somebody. You gotta have somebody that knows how to crack the safe. So you need somebody that's a hacker. Like this is real. Like you gotta really set up the bank heist and shit. And then he be doing all the time. Last one he drove and jumped off of the FBI building, and then parachuted off to get away from the cops.
Oh wow, some fucking Tron shit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, I just joined. Like I was saying, I was just joining TikTok recently. For the first time and started scrolling.
I made one too.
Yeah,
I made one and deleted my shit. I need to re-download my
Boy,
shit.
that shit is so interesting. Anything you're looking for or looking to look at, you can type that shit in. You'll go for days. People have been trying to tell me forever, and I just now officially did it. But I seen aquatic PCs. That shit is crazy.
Oh, like the water cooled PCs and shit.
It looked like a fish tank, but the whole the computer part was filled with like this liquid. It wasn't water. It just was like it lubricated the computer system, but it looked like it was underwater. But it was a
PC.
Yes. And I was like, whoa. Yeah, it was
that shit probably expensive as
fuck. Because you have to fucking keep it maintained like a fish tank, and it's a fucking computer. So it's like, ooh, it's so risky if you don't keep that shit. I don't know. I wouldn't even think about it.
Ain't no way.
I'd be skeptical as fuck of the water cooled ones. Like,
I don't know. I don't understand. They're like, yeah, the lubrication, the water is just as good, if not better for you, better for the computer than fans are. And I'm like, oh. Okay.
I mean, that's what they say.
He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like, all right, that's cool.
That's what's up. Yeah,
that's
fuck
dope.
them fans. Okay,
I'm not doing that shit. That shit is wild. Why would you buy an expensive ass computer just to pour some liquid in it and risk it getting fucked up after a couple of months when you can't maintain it?
I'll have to call somebody to do that shit for me because I wouldn't be able. I'm not gonna risk fucking my shit up trying to deal with this lubricant.
Yeah, just to make.
called Geek Squad or some shit.
Yeah, just have the shit looking cool and glowing.
I'll just keep my one with the fans.
Yeah, it's all good, player. Yeah, y'all can have that one. But yeah,
fans and lights. That's all I need. The fans and the lights.
Fans and lights. But yeah, man, thank you guys for sharing that. I'm down to keep hearing these updates about what you guys got going, especially you, Dsean, at that that competition, and of course you, Johnny Mac, with the RP. You got to start posting more so we can see what's going on that side of the world, and we can see your little movies that you create. You know what I'm saying? Well, not like that, but
chill out. But yeah, I'm gonna start posting more. I've just been getting my feet wet, you know what I'm saying, trying to really get into it. So then I'm gonna start posting more. Yeah, so y'all can see some shit soon.
Oh yeah, what a transition. Speaking of that, we came to the part of the show where we like to let the people know where they can find you at and let them know what you got going on. So since you segued so perfectly into it, let them know what you got going on, Johnny Mac, and where they can find you at.
Well, yeah, you can find me on Instagrams.
Yeah.
At JohnnyMac650, JohnnyMac650.
Well, that's risky. You put that shit right on the edge of that chair.
It's wide. It's a wide.
Oh, what's that? You start wobbling. God damn.
Nah, but yeah, you can find me on there. You can find me on Facebook. I'm McDowell, my regular name. But yeah, that's all our social media I have right now. And yeah.
Okay. All right. What about you, Dsean?
I'm actually starting to re-download all my social media shit.
All right. I did see I got a friend request from you.
Yeah, your girl's favorite pizza boy.
Hey.
Oh. Okay.
I like pizza too, so you might be my favorite pizza boy too.
Yeah. That's gonna be my I made a whole on all my social media shit. That's my tag now.
I feel that. That's what's up. Your girl's favorite pizza boy. Go find him out there. Maybe you'll see him at the competition going stupid, winning some money off these chumps. Off these chumps trying to battle him out there and hold it down for us. You know what I'm saying? And let everybody
hold down the block.
You know what I'm saying? And let them know about the Best of Bias podcast while you're doing it. You know where to find me at. It's your boy SAC_Lydell on the Instagram, Patrick_Lydell on Snapchat. If you're looking for anything Best of Bias wise, just type that shit in and you'll find it. You'll find this little bear right here, and you'll find the merch on that shit too. Best of Bias on the Instagram. Hit me up in the DMs if you need some merch. You see John's rocking one of the truckers. I got one of the truckers on.
Get me one too.
Oh yeah, for sure. We got a bunch of colors. Check out
We'll pull the bucket out next one.
You know what I'm saying? Check out the last post I got on the Instagram, both Instagrams, SAC_Lydell or the Best of Bias Instagram. I have a merch tab. Tap on that. You can see what I got left and see what merch is available. Hit me up in the DMs for inquiries. I'm getting the website set up on Shopify, so you can just click there and I can get the shipping ready for you guys that way. But for now, just hit me up and I can tell you what I got and I can send that to you. $25 for everything. We're just throwing everything out there for $25. But yeah, we got hats. What kind of hats? We got truckers, bucket hats, trucker hats,
Didn't
beanies.
You have a bucket hat on before?
Yeah, I switched it up. I was getting sweaty and I wanted to switch it up. My forehead feels better in this one. But yeah, we got truckers, buckets, beanies, and dad hats. Dad hats are back in stock. So we got also new merch coming soon, anime t-shirts. We haven't done anime Kumite in a while, but it's going to come back. More anime updates, and more anime segments in general coming. But the t-shirts and the artwork is sick. Art's by Jackson. Go check it out. I hope I'm saying his name right. If I'm not, I apologize. Go check out the Instagram post and he's on there. I tagged him. He does brilliant work if you need any work done. But yeah, he designed a new art for our anime t-shirt drops that are coming real soon. Stay tuned for that. More content coming. Of course, this Friday, you're going to be getting some more pop culture from me and AKA. But yeah, man, that's all we got. Anything else you guys got to tell the people?
No.
That's it. It's the Best of Bias podcast, I guess. And this is the point where I like to let them know. Well, I like to ask them, where the hell is my theme song? It's right here. Yeah. Peace out, y'all.
It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to Unitas, it's the best of bias. Best of bias, it's the best of bias.
You are now listening to the Best of Bias podcast with Lydell